everyone. It's Kirk McLean here, and you're watching Clay's Canucks Commentary.
Hey Canucks fans, and welcome to Clay's Canucks Commentary Live, presented to you by Van City Experts Real Estate. I'm your host, Clay Emo Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take all in one take for Sunday night, November the 30th, the start of a month. No, the start, what am I talking about? The start of a week, but the end of a month. Moderators, do what you need to do to keep this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's Legends, Hall of Fame, and franchise members, thanks for your support. And to everyone else, no matter where you're watching from, with my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston and Richmond, in the city, Lower Mainland province, country, continent, around the world, thank you for being here. You know that I know that you could be doing anything else, watching anyone else, getting ready for work, school, or bed, or all three, but the fact that you're here with me, know how much I always appreciate you, how much I never ever take you for granted. Thank you for making me your late night stop for Canucks content. This is my third show / gathering. It seems so long ago, but I started off with Clay M Canucks commentary this morning. Actually, my biggest one so far. So that was good. That was encouraging on a Sunday morning. Then I did a member during the day. Did some errands downtown. Waited for my lovely daughter Kayla to get her hair done downtown. 4 hours later, came home, went to mass. Gail and I hung out. Then did my monthly Zoom call with Legends and Hall of Fame members. That was awesome. Then did some grocery shopping, and then finally here for my show right now. So thanks everyone for being here. Once again, happy to start my week off with you. And so usually it starts off like this because moderators, well, A, I have a lot of them. B, most of you are moderators by nature of being loyal to the channel and being here all the time. So it makes sense that you guys are here actually to start off. I just realized I can move the camera in a little bit. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so we are here, you're here, everyone is here. That is awesome. This is how you get involved tonight. You can subscribe to the channel so you get active in the chat section, get notified of my videos. You can like the video, like the fact that we're together, like the fact that Canucks didn't lose today, like the fact that we continue to build a wonderful Canucks community here on YouTube. You can leave a donation, get the donation train out of the station. You can gift a membership, buy your own membership, upgrade your membership, use your monthly message. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, you can rate and review. Nice to see so many familiar names in here right now. It's kind of cool. Actually, I want to test this real quick. There's a setting in the back end of my YouTube streaming, right in YouTube, where it actually shows me which participants that allow themselves to be shown, like public profiles, are in. So it says Coach Rob, Darren, Dino, Alfred, Gerald, Fangirl, Murray, Sarah, Simon, and Irvin. So if you're watching this and you're not, I didn't mention one of your names just now, Coach Rob, Darren, Dino, Alfred, Gerald, Fangirl, Murray, Sarah, Simon, and Irvin, then that means you're lurking. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it means basically your profile isn't on public. So I have no clue I think I mentioned everyone's name though. Gerald, yeah, Simon, yeah. So we'll see. Oh, the Snap Dancers here. Okay, so it's interesting. Actually, I can see the participants move up. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I don't count myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I see 12 now. Irwin joined that group and burned. So I see 12 or 13 back there, Bob Saxon now, but it's showing us 35 watching. So that means there's 23 people that have their profile on not public, I guess, which is fine. Bob, I'm going to talk about that in a second. It's going to be part of my show tonight. So I just found that very, very interesting. Let's give some love to Harry, who gets us going with his monthly membership message. Harry's been a member for 28 months, which is awesome. Thank you, Harry. How are you? I'm good. How are you? Just saw you 2 hours ago. Any plans for Christmas this year? Staying in town this year. We went on a cruise last year, staying in town this year. And New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve, I'll talk about that in a second. Prediction for Tuesday night's game. The Canucks are going to shock the world. They're going to beat the Avalanche. I don't know why. Maybe you guys think I'm delirious, late night, whatever. Canucks win 4-2. Not only do they shock the Avalanche, give them one of their second regulation loss, but they do it against all odds, and they do it with my favorite score of 4-2. Let's go with Petey scoring the first goal for the Canucks. I want to tell you really quick, before I get into the Canucks, I want to tell you something funny about New Year's Eve. So our family's very social, but we're not the biggest party people. There's a difference. And then New Year's Eve, you know, usually we're big on family. We're big on being together, whether it's big, small, our place, someone else's place. But many, many years ago, I started hosting the LMAO. You guys know what that acronym stands for. Laughing my off. What? Sorry. That was so bad. I was supposed to censor the word A, but I actually censored the off. So that's why I said LMA off. It's the LA beep off. So laughing, you know, that's the acronym LMAO. But I call it the last minute alternative option. So I basically, tongue in cheek, I would say, hey, we're losers. We don't have any plans for New Year's Eve. And if you are a loser just like us, then why don't you join us and make it a merry band of losers at my LMAO New Year's Eve party. Last minute alternative option. And that was basically, we ran that party for many, many years. And it's kind of cool, kind of tongue in cheek. You're losers, we're losers. Let's all get the losers together. Now, I'm not inviting you to my place. I don't think any of you guys know where I live, thank goodness. But I'm not doing this. So flat out, I am not doing this. But if I was to do it and open it up to the CCC, how many of you are self-aware enough to, admitting you don't have plans. No, not having plans. That's not about being self-aware, but admitting you don't have plans and then joining me and other people with no plans. How many of you would you actually do it? I'm just curious. Let's start off the stream like that. Just really quick. I'll highlight one or two minutes of answers. How many of you, if I held a CCC LMAO, a Clay's Canucks commentary, last minute alternative option party for New Year's Eve? Remember, I'm not doing this. I'm just saying if I did, how many of you would actually come? And be honest. It means, I'm not saying that you're a loser like me and you have no plans. Maybe you are, but I wouldn't call you a loser. But maybe you're self-aware enough to say I'm a loser and that I would come because I'm a loser and I have no plans. I'm just kidding. None of you are losers. I'm a loser. So let's go. Harry said he would come for sure. An open house at the open house. I like that, Yrvin. Harry even says he'll bring some chips. Hey, Jared. Nice to see you. Definitely the open house. The slushy machine will be there. Alfred would come. I have planned for New Year's to get a decent night's sleep. If I lived in the Lower Mainland, maybe. Edmund says I may. New Year's Eve, not for sure. If it was another night, maybe. Coach Rob would come. Shannon would come. Coach Rob and Shannon would come from the island and bring snacks. Karaoke, of course. What, you can't have a party with Filipinos in it without karaoke. Is that racist or is that stereotypical or is that true? Hey, J Kid, nice to see you. Unlimited slushies for you. I'd be interested, but I'd be jet lagged returning from the Philippines. No problem. You just sleep. That's what I'm going to do anyways. Okay, that was fun. Just something different. But yes, the emo family would always host the LMAO, the last minute alternative option party. Okay, guys. No games tonight, Eric. I don't do games on the stream anymore. I would come to spend time with you for New Year's because New Year's Eve. Well, thank you. Gerby, how the freak are you? I'm freaking great. Thank you. Nice to see you, Gerby. You were in this morning stream or yesterday morning stream? I know you're in the morning one. I think it was yesterday, actually. And I think you're surprised to see me streaming so early. Yeah, Bob, you should karaoke more often, for sure. I want to set the stage. I'll talk for about 10 or 15 minutes here, and then I'll turn it over to all of you. So unless you're doing comments, unless you're doing donos or monthly membership message, I probably won't see them just because I got to concentrate what I'm going to talk about. But then I'll leave the second half of the show open for all of your input as well. How important is it to ring in the new year? Love it, Yrvin. I love it. Okay, it was less than doesn't it feel like way longer than this? It was only less than a week ago on Monday night at 7:30 p.m. where Elliot Friedman posted, or Sportsnet posted Elliot Friedman's article basically saying the Canucks are open to trading their veterans. So that kind of set off a firestorm of comments, of content creation. I actually, I chose not to make any content about it because, and this is nothing against people that did, whether they're live streams or whether they were shorts or talking head videos or long form video. All those things are fine. Because in some people's eyes, it was a story for sure, but I think I've mentioned many times in the past week, there wasn't anything new. It was a bit more urgency, I think, but there wasn't anything new, anything groundbreaking. So, and I had a busy week last week, so it's not my excuse, but yeah, I chose not to make any extra content, just the regular streams. Having said that, there were a lot of people talking about it. It started with Elliot Friedman on the Monday night, and then Dhaliwal, chimed in on Tuesday. Frank Saravalli chimed in. Darren Dreger chimed in. So you had some of the national guys chiming in, and then of course the local guys. Patrick Johnson did his own interview with Jim Rutherford, which got a lot of play, and then all the shows were talking about it. And the gist of Jim Rutherford's interview with Ian McIntyre and then with Patrick Johnson, it says this: this team is not where we want it to be. Injuries have a lot to do with it, but this team is not where we want it to be, and therefore it's going to accelerate what we have to do. And what we have to do, the trading veterans, he was talking about UFAs, and there are 5 of them right on this team. There's the ones up front. There's Kane. There's Sherwood. There's Bluger. Then there's Derek Forbert as well. He's one, and then there's a 5th one too, but maybe not as prominent. So those were David Kampf. Yeah, so there are 4 forwards and 1 defenseman as a UFA. Unrestricted free agent, that means on July 1, they can go to any team. And usually, if you don't think you're going to sign someone, you trade them and you get some assets for them. Remember when we traded Burrows and someone, and we got Godolbin and Gaudette for them or something? No, it wasn't Gaudette. It was Godolbin and I can't remember. That was so long ago. But the point is, you don't want a guy to get to free agency and then you don't get anything for him if you already know or have a strong inkling that they aren't coming back. Oh, Godolbin and Jonathan Dahlin. That's what it was for Burrows and someone. So all the insiders were talking about that the Canucks are open to business. Apparently, the Canucks sent a memo to the league, the 31 other teams, GM saying, make us an offer. Basically, that was the gist of it. And again, talk about the 5 UFAs. David Kampf really not talking about Sherwood, Bluger, Kane, and Derek Forbert. All would be helpful on to a team making the playoffs. Then, of course, the narrative quickly switched to Quinn Hughes, and everyone under the sun was talking about what's the status of Quinn Hughes' future. And then earlier in the week, there seemed to be a lot of intimation that he probably doesn't want to stay, that he's going to bolt and get to his brothers in New Jersey. But then Frank Saravalli midweek, and I can't just pick and choose. I can't just say, I'm only going to believe him when he says stuff that I want to hear. Saravalli, I don't trust him as much as, say, I trust in Elliot Friedman. But he said that all indications were from his sources, and he is relatively well connected. All his sources were saying that Hughes isn't going anywhere, that he's going to stay. And then Nick Kyprios and others were later in the week debunking that, saying, no, Hughes is as good as gone. So it started with Rutherford talking about trading veterans. Then, of course, the narrative switched to Quinn Hughes, which, as we know, on July 1st, we can sign him to an extension because he'll be entering the last year of his contract. And then he'll be UFA in the summer of 2027. Obviously, the best player we've ever had, the best defenseman we've ever had, and franchise, cornerstone, all those things. So then I've talked many times on my show about the timing. Obviously, I still want Quinn Hughes to stay. Will he stay? Does he see enough good things happening? I don't know. But if he doesn't stay, and you can't obviously lose him for nothing. So then I've talked many times about the different kind of markers, milestones as to benchmarks, as to dates when you could trade him. He gets a lot of value if you trade him before. Even before that. Does he get traded around Christmas time? Does he get traded near the Olympic break? Or does he get traded at the trade deadline? And all those 3 of those, you actually maximize your return because the team getting Quinn Hughes gets him for 2 playoff runs before he comes to UFA. Do you trade him at the draft? And then there's July 1st. You don't trade him. You offer him $160 million. 8 years, the maximum times $20. Yeah, you offer him $160. No, $160 million. 8 years times $20 million. $20 million is 5%, 20% of the salary cap. That's the maximum you can do for one player. So you could easily offer him close to $160 million to stay in Vancouver for 8 years. Whereas any other team can only offer him 6 years because this is the year that the CBA changes, but the 8-year rule is grandfathered. So another team can only offer him 6 times 20. So basically Quinn Hughes, if he gets to July 1st here, 2026, he would be leaving somewhere between $35 to $40 million on the table if he refuses a Canucks offer and then and then signs as UFA with a different team the next summer. So that's a big difference. That's a $40 million difference. Now, $40 million on $160 million, maybe that's still 25%. But when you're making that much money, maybe he doesn't care about that $40 million. He'd rather go play with his brothers in New Jersey. So that was the whole Quinn Hughes saga. Then we had Quinn Hughes kind of looking kind of grumpy in some post-game interviews. Then apparently he was told to do a little bit better. They're trotting PD out for a lot of interviews. Then Besser, Myers, and Kane are kind of like the next tier down. So there's all that going on. So all this talk, all this speculation, and then you had Kevin Lankinen not make the trip to California for the first 2 games. So there's not speculation. It was a family reason, and obviously it was something he had to take care of. But you're missing your best goaltender that's healthy because Demko wasn't available. So there was a game where we had Tolopil and Patera. 2 games where we had our goaltender combination was Tolopil and Patera. Then we were hearing that Demko and Hoglander would join the team on the weekend. Lekkerimäki right before that. But then Garland gets hurt. So there's still injuries. Despite all of this happening, all of this drama, all of this noise, the Canucks actually went 1-1-1 in their California road trip. I predicted it correctly on Canucks After Dark. I did say they would go 1-1-1. I got the games mixed up though. I thought that they would beat San Jose, that they would take a point from Anaheim, and they would lose outright to LA. But I got it all wrong. They actually lost outright to San Jose. They got a point from the Kings, and they outright beat Anaheim. So that was kind of interesting. But despite all of the turmoil around the team, the rumors, the assumptions, whatever it be, the Canucks actually played 3 decent games against 3 good teams. Anaheim and San Jose were run and gun games, and then LA was a bit tighter. But the Canucks they went 500, and they got 1 win, 1 tie, 1 extra time loss. So they got 3 out of their 6, and they got Colorado, on Tuesday. So if you were to tell me that the Canucks were going to go to 1-1-1 in California, I take it, except they got to go about 18 games over 500 for the rest of the season right now. So that's the last thing I'll talk about. And then I'll throw to all of you in this vibe check. I'll just show you some stats. I'll talk about American Thanksgiving, and then I'll give you my opinion. And then I want to get your opinion for sure. Yeah, these are my 2 trusted advisors to Fangirl, by the way. Yeah, Friedman nationally and Dhaliwal locally. Now, thank you. So that's the transition, the loophole. They have until September 26th. Thank you for that, Rain. I want to show you a couple of stats. So just really quickly tonight, games in the NHL, it was only 4 of them because it was a busy Friday, Saturday. And then in terms of Pacific, the Ducks lost. They went out to a 2-0 lead. Anaheim was up 2-0 1 minute in, and they still lost. The Flames lost, but they got a point. So now here's the standings as we speak. In our division, Calgary's only 1 point behind us, but they have a game in hand. We have now, because our games have been a little bit more spaced out after a crazy start, now we're basically about the same as everyone now. San Jose and Edmonton, 4 points up, same number of games. Seattle falling a little bit. And then Anaheim, LA, and Vegas are the top 3. So the Canucks, you could say, hey, they're only 4 points out of the wild card, which is 27 points right now. They're only 4 points out. They got a bunch of teams to pass, but despite everything that's going on, they're not out of it yet. But when you look at the entire league, thank you, Dino, for the dono. I'll get to that in a second. Thank you. I just see it on the screen. But they are by points. It's not good. They are 30th in the league. And by points percentage, they are 30th in the league. So they're 30th in the league. Yet they're only 4 points out of a playoff spot. Then when you actually look under the hood a little bit, in terms of goals for per game, they're 18th at 2.96. In goals against per game, this is not going to be good. They are second to last at 3.65. Power play, they were actually 8th going into their California trip. Now they've fallen to 15th, but they're still decent, 21%. It doesn't feel like it. Penalty kill, they are now 3rd worst in the league. They weren't the worst. They were the worst for a while, but now they're the 3rd worst. And shots per game, I don't even want to look at this. Oh, not bad. They're 20th. Still, 2/3, not in the top 2/3 of the league, or basically at the 2/3 mark. What's their face-off percentage? Can I get to it? Oh no, I made this screen too big. Where's my slider where I can move to the right? Oh, there. And then face-offs, they are 26. Okay, so they're not doing great in a lot of the stats. And then finally, let's go with our own team and just look under the hood a little bit. No fancy stats here, just straight off what you can see on NHL.com. So Hughes is leading the team with PD. Although Hughes has played 5 fewer games. And then it goes Besser, Hronek, Sherwood, Garland, and Kane are basically in the next group with DeBrusk and O'Connor. So right now Sherwood's leading with 12 goals, Besser's in second, and then Hughes is leading in assists with 20. Plus minus, it's actually Hronek with +6. And this might be surprising to you. Marcus Pettersson is a +4. Interesting stuff. And then only Garland and O'Connor. That's it. We got 4 guys over plus. Points per game, it's Hughes and then Petey. And then time on ice, let's go to that. 27 and then Hronek at 24. So the top 4 defensemen, no surprise. How are we doing faceoffs? Not great. Only O'Connor, but that's probably 2 out of 3. Ratu's been good, and then the rest are under 50%, basically, those that take a lot of faceoffs. All right, so a quick look at where the Canucks are in terms of stats, both individually and as a team. Here's my vibe check, and then I'll do my Mitchell sponsor read, and then I want to hear all of your vibe checks, but I better acknowledge this before it goes away. Dino, with the dono, thank you.
3, 2, 1.
With the dono, $28 donation. Thank you to Dino and Mother Mena for the very, very generous donation. Always appreciate you being here, most importantly, and always appreciate you being so generous with your donations. So, what's my vibe check right now? I'm still a fan. I'm still positive. I still love going to games. I love going with my family. I love meeting all of you community members at games. I'm loving content creation. I'm loving the channel. Heck, you know I'm loving the content creation when I'm dragging my butt out of the bed in the morning on the weekends, back-to-back mornings, Saturday, Sunday, to cover a team that's not winning. But I still love the team, and I still love the players on the team. What do I want to happen? That's a question that I ask every Legend Hall of Fame member when in our group Zoom. What do I want to happen? Playoffs is pretty amazing. The vibe 2 years ago, Nashville and Edmonton. The vibe obviously in 2011. No vibe in the bubble because we weren't allowed to go. But playoffs and of course the Stanley Cup is the one thing that everyone plays for. However, as much as I want them to win every single game, make the playoffs, I also recognize where this team is in their kind of projection, whatever you want to call it. They're the 3rd worst team in the league right now. You can't sugarcoat that. There's no way to sugarcoat it. So can I reasonably expect a 30th place team, although wrought with injuries, can I expect a 30th place team to shoot up to the top 16 in the span of 4 months or 5 months? That's tough. That's tough. And Hughes has played pretty good. I've seen him play better, but he's played pretty good. PD's game is coming on. Sherwood and O'Connor would be nice surprises in the bottom 6. Hronik's been excellent, actually. And I get it. This is without Demko. It's out without Hito, Bluger, Hoglander. Demko is really the only difference maker, but the other ones do just raise the floor of the team a little bit, make us more solid and harder to play against and deeper down the middle. But I do recognize where we are in our, trajectory. That's the word I was looking for, not projection, trajectory. And as I think Yrvin and a couple others said in my group Zoom earlier today, it's about accumulating draft picks. It's about making those picks in volume, bulk picks, and they're lottery tickets, and hoping that some of them stick, right? And hoping that some of them stick, because, that's the only way. You can acquire free agents, you can make big trades, but that's so tough to do in today's NHL. So I can't speak for you. I won't speak for you. I don't want to speak for you. I can't speak for the fan base overall, but I know that despite being a season ticket holder, spending a lot of time, energy, and money on this team, which I choose to do, I would support a rebuild. I really would. If I know there's no guarantees in life, but if I saw a plan, whether it's this management team or a new one, if I saw a plan that said, okay, for instance, Quinn Hughes can't stay, so we're going to trade him for 4 or 5 assets, including these picks, these prospects, and then these roster players, and this is what we're going to do with our cap money. This is what we're going to do with this position, blah, blah, blah. If I saw a good plan that seemed to make sense, I would get behind it. I think what's very frustrating for a lot of fans is there doesn't seem to be a plan, or the plan is based on hope, and hope is not a plan. Hope is not a strategy. Hope is an emotion, a feeling that we want to feel, and that unites many Canucks fans, but hope is not a plan. That's kind of what I'm getting at today. So you can't hope that everything breaks right for you. You can't hope that you're not going to have any injuries, because that obviously doesn't work here in Vancouver. So I'm going to cheer this team. I'm going to spend the money. I'm going to spend the energy, the time. I'm going to create content. I'm going to meet a lot of you, and I'm going to keep on doing what I'm doing. But I want to see a plan of some sort. Even if it's not the plan that I want, I simply want to see a plan. All right, before I get to your opinions, which I love highlighting when content creators are here, especially when the content creator is probably the biggest content creator here of Canucks content here locally. So Gio, Lego Rocks, nice to see you. Hey Clay, happy to finally catch one of these live. Been watching a bunch on the replay. Oh, thank you. I still watch. I watch your videos too, and I appreciate you watching mine. Vibes don't feel too good with the Canucks at the moment. At least Coots looks fire or hot or whatever the cool kids say. Thank you, Gio, for being here. Speaking of cool kids, I think I'm old enough to be your dad, right? You're about my kid's age, but I appreciate you being here, and keep on doing what you're doing on your channel. What a nice surprise. All right, let's go to my Mitchell sponsor read, and then we'll get to all of your, I want to get a vibe check on you. How are you feeling about this team? I always start off by thanking my primary sponsor, and that's, of course, Jason Lim of Van City Experts. Thank you to my channel sponsor, Jason Lim of Van City Experts Real Estate. At Van City Experts, their experience, knowledge, and expertise can serve you well in navigating through the real estate market, and will help you to choose the best home or condo in the greater Vancouver area that best suits your and your family's needs. Oh yeah, Coots is lit. I said Coots is fire, or Coots is burning flame. See, I'm not very cool. I told you guys that already. Thanks to my secondary sponsors, Gassy Jack Art. Jack makes the amazing artwork you see around me. Please support him at GassyJackArt.com. We got MLGN Golf Company, Mulligan Golf Company, MLGNGolf.com, golfing apparel and accessories. And then Vessi Footwear is my supporting sponsor. Use the link tinyurl.com/VessiClay and receive a free pair of socks off your next purchase of Vessi shoes. Thanks to everyone who's purchased Canuck Clay merch. You can do so at canuckclay.threadless.com. Thanks to everyone who's done that so far. And reminders how you can get involved tonight. Subscribe to the channel. You can like the video. You can leave a donation. Like, Dino and Men have done. You can gift a membership, buy your membership, upgrade your membership, use your monthly membership message like Harry has done. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. Yeah, Ricky makes a good point that rebuilds don't always work. Just look at Buffalo. True. But you look at Utah, Chicago, Anaheim, San Jose, to name 4 really quickly, even Montreal. So sometimes they do work if it's done well. Before I get to all your comments, okay, warning, this is a massive massive just block of text. You'll see. Okay, here are my shows for this week. Stick with me here. So today is obviously right now. CCC Sunday night. Then tomorrow night, it's Canucks After Dark, Parker and me at 10. And then I'll have an open house. I think I've changed it to open mic, actually. I like I'm used to the term open mic in terms of ministry, in terms of music, and then it's actual microphone. So open house, open mic, open sesame, whatever, 11:15. Oh, maybe I'll call it open sesame. Open your mouth. Open your heart to me, Madonna. 11:15 tomorrow night. CCC Live, Tuesday night at 11. That will be Canucks Al's post game. Wednesday morning, I will not be doing a Clay M because I need to be on the road by 7 o'clock. So I'm not going to do a 6:30 show. No one will watch it. So no Clay M on when. Oh, Town Hall is good too. Wednesday morning. No show Wednesday night because that work event I'm going to is an overnight retreat. And I don't think it's appropriate that I'm doing a Canuck show during a spiritual retreat. Although maybe we need divine assistance for sure, divine intervention. Then Thursday night, I will be doing a CCC. And then because the Canucks don't play again until Friday, Utah, I'll do a Saturday morning show. And then they play on Saturday night against Minnesota. And then they do a Sunday morning show. So there are all my shows for this week. Main thing you need to know is tomorrow is Canucks After Dark at 10. And then I'll do open house, open mic, open sesame at 11:15. All right, let's go. Let's do 15 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. I will start here. See edits. I just want a plan and proper direction for this team. The retail idea has been said a lot by the last few managements and them dancing around the word rebuild. I'm done with giving this core chances. Strong words, see edits. Strong word. Rebuilds aren't guaranteed success. Oh yes, I mentioned this one. I think so. The ages might fit that way. Oh, me being old enough to be your dad. But yeah, Coots got another 2 goals today. Indeed, indeed. Ricky, would you rather keep doing what we're doing? I'm definitely worried about the team, says Fangirl. Too much stacked against them. Injuries too much inconsistency from the players. We do have healthy. I will say, and this came up in my group Zoom chat earlier today, I don't fault the Canucks' effort. I think it's very rare that they don't try. I just think they're woefully undermanned. I'm not going to say they're undercoached. They're outcoached. I say they're undermanned right now. They're simply not healthy enough, and they don't have the talent. They don't have the talent that a lot of these better teams have. There's always a risk with anything, but there's been successful rebuilds too. At this point, I don't want to keep seeing this rinse and repeat cycle. From now until the trade deadline, who do you think? What's going to happen with some of these players? I think Sherwood will be traded. I actually think all 3 of Sherwood, Bluger, and Kane will be traded if we're not even close to a playoff spot. Rebuilds are not guaranteed success. I agree with that, Tyler. But if done well, yeah, we can always explain something how we want, right? A rebuild might not work if they don't do it well. Well, of course, a rebuild will work if they do it well. Well, of course. So, yeah, no guarantee, but when done intentionally, we've seen success for sure. The refereeing on this trip is bad. Yeah, it wasn't great. Rebuild is needed for this team. The core can't seem to get anywhere. A long rebuild would really hurt the brand. I think 4 more years of losing would be disaster for the revenue. Yes, but I hear you, Ricky, but do we care for the owner's revenue? Wouldn't you rather see a winning team? Now we can chat or agree or disagree on whether or not a rebuild means a better team. Hot stove. Hey, Murray. I think if you look at how the Canucks are playing, they're doing okay. The competition is pretty topsy-turvy. I think any team has a chance. I agree with you, Murray. And the Canucks, like a great example of this California trip, they've been fine. How can any management group be allowed to do a rebuild when ownership has never allowed a group to tear it down? Yrvin bending previous eras have never been allowed to do. So why is it different now? That's a great point, Rain. I don't know. Maybe it's not any different, and that's why they're so adverse to saying the word. I only want to rebuild because I want to sustain. I want sustained content. Let's try that again. I only want to rebuild because I want sustained contendership. That is fair. This is completely unrealistic. I would want to rebuild and Quinn Hughes stick around for it. Highly unlikely. Yeah, it seems like it's either one or the other, right? Isn't that the whole point? The Canucks definitely require some divine intervention. I was watching a pre-draft video. A pre-draft video of Quinn in 2018 talked about his dad raising him largely in the Mississauga area and knowing what a Stanley Cup in Canada would mean. Hopefully he still cares about that. I like that. I support a rebuild, but not this year. I don't know if you can have it both ways, Tyler. Vibe check. Resignation. I don't see us making the playoffs, even if all the injured players come back. Yeah, that's the thing. Aside from Demko, they're not needle movers, right? They're good depth, but they're not needle movers. Should Vancouver consider claiming Tyler Pitlick off waivers? I can't even remember. Is he good? Effort is definitely there, but the talent isn't. Without talent, you can't win championships. That's fair. We just don't want to be the Sabres rebuild. Hey, Japan 4. Nice to see you. This team, unfortunately, is damaged goods. Janice, why do people complain about the ads? Buck up to YouTube Premium is my only response. Well, I would never tell someone what to spend or how much to spend, but yes, that is one way to get rid of ads. I do have YouTube Premium as well, but it might not be a priority for some people, for sure. It's still shocking how much Hito has an impact on us. Yes. Dino wants to know if you know when the trade deadline is. NHL trade deadline. I'm guessing end of February or start of March. March 6th. March 6, 2026. Rutherford had agreed to sign on and be part of management on the condition he got autonomy. Gotta wonder how much Aquilini is holding up his end of the bargain since he's quite the meddler. You know, it's funny. Edits, I'm not disagreeing with you. We all talk about Aquilini and ownership meddling, but Rutherford and Benning never ever said that. So maybe it's obvious to some people, or maybe it's speculation. I don't know. Rebuild is fine, but do you trust the scouting staff to pick the right players? That's right. Do you trust the scouting staff for drafting? Do you trust the management for the trades? This team is worth $2 billion right now. Yeah. Will any Canucks make Olympic rosters? Yes. Lankinen will be second or third string for Finland goaltending. I think Elias Pettersson makes Team Sweden for sure. Quinn Hughes makes USA. Those are the three that I think will make it. Do they talk about Hronek for Czechia? Probably not, right? I don't know. No pain, no gain. Simple as that. Chicago and San Jose didn't magically start winning for no reason. Yep, great point. Hey, Carol, I really don't think the Canucks are going to get in the playoffs this year. Too many injuries and people are just not happy. If they're not happy, they don't play to their potential. That is fair. And another thing we talked about in my group Zoom chat was last year was supposed to be the tipping point in terms of drama and noise with the Miller PD stuff. And this year has been a different type of drama and noise. Not drama, more noise. I want to know who this Tom Clayman is in real life. Undefeated with Costco companion Clay. If you have no idea what Tom Clayman is talking about, I was pretty proud of myself today. I thought it was pretty funny. I'll share this with you real quick. So today, as part of my errands, I accompanied Gail down to Costco. So I said, offering my services as your own personal CCC, Clay Costco companion. I masterfully navigate the busy aisles while always keeping the shopper in my field of vision. And I find corners to patiently wait in when required. Contact me for rates, 10% surcharge if we are going to the Richmond location. So yes, you can hire me to be your CCC, your Clay Costco companion. I will drive. I will push the cart. I will wait in corners. And so that was me waiting in the corner, just navigating my plight in life. And this was Gail and me going to the parking lot. Now, you may be asking yourself, why this position? Why do I have my butt sticking out? It's actually, I needed to balance the weight. Yeah, actually, why was I doing this? This is dumb. I was thinking, I thought this was a way to make sure that the cart didn't tip back on me, but there's enough. I got to understand simple physics. If I was worried about the cart falling backwards because of my weight, should I have stood straight up or should I have done what I was doing? I don't know what I was doing. Maybe I was afraid to stand straight up. Yeah, that's what it is. I felt that even though my butt's so big, I felt that if I stood straight up, then the cart would more likely tip. But I felt by doing this, despite my butt being so far back, I was actually putting all my weight forward onto the handle. So that I was kind of riding like this. And I couldn't do that standing straight up, obviously. So that's why my butt's out. That's why I was trying to make sure that the cart didn't tip. Does that make sense? Or have I completely lost the plot in terms of physics? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Thank you, Tom Clayman, for bringing that up. In your opinion, do you think this team is disorganized? Miscommunication? No, I just think they don't have the talent that other elite teams do. Quinn always hurt, so makes the team, but won't play. He missed 4 Nations last year. No, I think he'll play. I think he'll play for sure. For Kiefer Sherwood, first round pick. That's it. I'd take a first round pick or a second and a player. But I've heard many media members saying that Sherwood should fetch you a first round pick because of his skill set is going to be so important in the playoffs. They need to rebuild. Get bigger, faster, and younger with the right character guy assuming the captain's role. Okay, so not a fan of Quinn as captain. If Aquaman didn't medal, would JR and PA still trade for Kane? So you think that was an Aquilini move? Foot is a good coach for us. I see him for 2 more years, possibly maybe Manny's assistant. Some would say Manny should have got the job right away. People are judging the players by, I understand their exasperation. They're only human. Yeah, they are. They seem exasperated. I think Cam's been okay. He hasn't been an offensive wizard by any means, but he doesn't hurt your team, and he's getting more noticeable. So I think he's been okay. Why are players from Vancouver always the most hated Canucks? Shouldn't we embrace homegrown talent? Virtanen, Kane, and Baines are extremely hated. Well, yeah, Virtanen was disliked. Kane, there's been a lot, and then Baines, I think people really want to see him succeed. Maybe we expect more because they're hometown, but we shouldn't. Yeah, I don't know the Czechia's depth chart either on D. Hope is not a plan has often been repeated by media fan bases in the Linden area. In my opinion, this is the most frustrating part of being a Canucks fan, as if no one in management is listening. Thank you for that. I'd rather pay for Costco Champion Clay services, more value for my dollar than this team. I'm there for you. C-Edits. You switch the order of what? Costco Champion Clay? Oh, of the CCC? Now you want a Costco hot dog, Sarah? Not sure what was the shaking in the rear, but it didn't look right. I told you. I just gave you my explanation, Alfred. I thought I had to be in that posture because I had all my weight leaning forward. Interesting video. Thank you. I thought it was good. All you're missing is a Canucks cap to really look like a kid. This needs initial D Eurobeat music. A physics lesson with Costco Champion Clay. St. Louis snuck in and won the whole thing. Hope can be a plan, not. Hey, Rosie. That was indeed Costco downtown. Irvin would say the Canucks are disorganized. Clay, if there's a lot of weight in the cart, I don't think you would have tipped it over. Yeah, but I'm pretty heavy. I've not been watching Beast in Me. What's it about? Manny would have a hard time with the score. Why do you say so, Tyler? Lots of media members have alluded to hearing about ownership pushing for Kane. Gotcha. I'm a fan of Quinn, but I believe he is leaving. That's fair. Survivor Series was just okay. Just okay. Found a couple of the spots forced. There's no big defining moment for me. Hatred towards Lucic. That's true too. Clay's Costco cart riding. I like it. The last couple of weeks, I haven't been too invested in the team. It's quite sad. I think we're all waiting for the ball to drop with some of the firings or trades. Until then, it's hard to get excited. That's fair. Vertanen's is like for a reason. He was accused of something. Yep. As I mentioned this morning, the worst thing about Quinn possibly leaving is that he's no worse than the second best skilled Canucks ever in his prime. Yeah, and Yrvin, I meant to ask you, who would you put number one? Is it Bure or is it Henrik? I trust those are the two candidates, right? Virtanen was indeed not guilty, scored 19 goals. Oh, but there you go. Bure, Henrik, or Quinn. One person on here said he may have had issues, but I think maybe he would do good. Who's that again? Given the Canucks' current place in the standings, would it not be wise for the team to consider trading their first-round pick for immediate help at center? That depends. And Darren, that's like one of the biggest debates here, right? Because if you want to make the playoffs this year, yes, you trade your assets, including first-round pick, to try and get immediate help. But then you're trading away a first-round pick. Would you rather boot on this season, or at least not do anything crazy, and then still have your first-round pick? I feel the moment JT got traded, this team went downhill. Is that a fair assessment? It's fair. I don't know if it's entirely correct. It's so tough to say. But yeah, that didn't help for sure. That didn't help. Yeah, Swervin Yrvin doesn't want to trade on first. Oh, one troll a few months ago. That's fair. That's fair. All right, friends, 2 more minutes and then we're going to wrap up. Get your last thoughts in. Vibe check. Okay, let's do this. And I'll highlight so I want you to explain. I want you to give me your Canucks vibe check in only 1 or 2 words. 1 or 2 words. What are your vibes towards the team right now? November 30th, flipping the calendar to December 1st. Give me 1 or 2 words. What is your feeling, your vibe towards the Vancouver Canucks right now? I will highlight them for the next 2 minutes and then I'm done. Rain says, hot mess. Janice says, extremely apathetic. Yeah? Irwin, snap dancer. Sorry, Irwin, next season. Fangirl, roller coaster. Tyler, extremely hopeful. Irvin says, as of now, the Canucks only has Besser, PD Hughes, Lecker, Mackey, Vancouver, Coots, the Horvat trade tree, and the JT Miller trade tree to show from the last 20 years of first rounders. Not good. Sarah says exhausted. Gerby says pissed off. Darren says not optimistic. Irvin agrees with Rain's hot mess. Ricky, team playoffs. I know you to be, brother. I know you to be. Love you for it. See edits. Drained. Skytrain Alfred resigned. Apathetic. Yep. Joe Vito, nice to see you, says Gavin McKenna. That is 2 words. That was funny. Carol says very disappointed. J Kid says disastrous. 5 points out of playoffs. Bob is beyond frustrated. Tom Clayman says Tom Clayman. Zoo. Depressed. Yeah. All right. Well, the show was going well until about 2 minutes ago. I'm just kidding. I love your responses. I love how you can be honest with me, transparent with me, and trust that I will show the ones that I can show. Moderators, thank you for keeping this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Carol Bovenlander, legendary Brian Blingy Choi, legendary Swervin Yrvin, legendary Quinn Hughes, looks like the WWF'S $1 Million Man, and legendary Andrew Chang. Thank you for your support, and thanks to Hall of Fame and franchise members as well. On your way out, on your way out, you can subscribe. You can like the video. You can leave a late donation. Thanks to my sponsors, Van City Express Real Estate, Gassy Jack Art, and Mulligan Golf Company. And thanks to people who went above and beyond today. It was Harry with the monthly membership message, and then Dino with the big dono. Dino and Mother Mena, thank you. Add it all up. Dino has 1,125 points. It's usually 1,075. So Dino snuck in 50 more points there. So 1,125. Fangirl was second at 300. Skytrain Alfred third at 225. Swervin Yrvin fourth at 150. Then Simon fifth at 125. That is your top 5 tonight. So tomorrow, Canucks After Dark at 10. Then CCC Open House, Open Mic, Open Sesame at 11:15. We'll see how many of you can get on there. Finally, I'll end with this. Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't do a show Thursday night because I saw the Michael Jackson musical. Outstanding. We had the alternate Michael Jackson, not the main guy. He was a little bit short. So I was kind of thrown off by that because it didn't, we know Michael to be tall and slender. This guy was short, but great singer, great dancer, great actor. As a big Michael Jackson fan, I really love the music. This is a fictional story. It wasn't a biography. So they presented it how they wanted to present it. But I love the music. I'm a sucker for live music. I've always said this. I love the live band and then the orchestra below. Great. Excellent. Would love it. And I'm so happy to be part of the Broadway across Canada. No, but it wasn't Kevin Hart. I don't have the guy's name on me, but you can look it up. Broadway across Canada, MJ Musical. Okay. Now I will go. Thank you for asking though. That was good. And I really appreciate all you being here. Hopefully see you tomorrow night for Canucks After Dark at 10 or my own CCC Open House, Open Mic, Open Sesame at 11:15. You're awesome. I'm awesome. We are all awesome. And it's funny you guys mentioned Michael Jackson because my bad joke tonight is musically themed. So as always, thank you. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Well, speaking of music, I was talking to Sean and Jacob earlier today, and they kind of made me mad because they said that Jim Morrison was not a good musician. Yes, they try to convince me that Jim Morrison was not a good musician. So I said, sorry, but we don't slam the doors in this household. We don't slam the doors. God bless, and go Canucks go. Booyah.